watching the Trojan Network.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Trojan Network. We've got an exciting game for you tonight between your Gordon Lee Trojans and the Heritage Generals here in Ringgold, Georgia. Your Gordon Lee Trojans come in with a record of 2-0. They were off last week. The Heritage Generals are 2-1 and took a loss in a close game to the Ringgold Tigers last week. So sure, Heritage is looking for blood this week and a little bit of redemption. Should be a great game for us tonight. Before we get started, I want to go ahead and recognize the sponsors of the Trojan Network who make everything we do possible. First off, we want to thank Greg Payne Mortgage Team, Beth Price, Keller Williams, Water Sucks, Local Storage, North Georgia Technical College, Jessica Parrish with TVFCU, Chitter Chatter, Jimmy Sprayberry Insurance, Honey and June Boutique, Crawfish Springs Custom Cabinetry and Millworks, Jordan Dupree with United Real Estate Experts, the Trojan Club, Jat Energy, Real Estate Partners, Burke French Homes, Summit Physical Therapy, the local beard company, and a new sponsor, Nick Bomar Trucking. Really excited about tonight's game. Trojans won a close one last year, beating Heritage at Gordon Lee by 10 points. It was a close game until the second half. Trojans took over in the second half with a pretty brutal run game, was able to take the lead and hold on to it. But I think the game tonight maybe even closer than what we saw last week. See the cheerleaders out on the field for Heritage. They're trying to get the fans here fired up, which shouldn't be a problem. We'll get things underway in about 4.5 minutes. I want to thank the fans of the Trojan Network. We're very close to 1,100 subscribers, almost 4,000 views of the game against Lafayette 2 weeks ago. So really excited about the growth of the network and getting some exposure for these kids, the football players, the cheerleaders, as well as the band. If you look into the upper right of your screen, you'll see the Trojans lined up close to the cheerleaders. They'll be running out here soon so we can get this thing kicked off. Big shout out to the team of the Trojan Network behind the camera, Mr. Ricky Millard. Our on-field camera, Keisha Millard, and then my man AJ Edmondson running the scoreboard, the digital scoreboard you see. If anything goes wrong there, hit AJ Edmondson up, Facebook Messenger. AJEdmondson.com.
All right, General fans, get on your feet. It's time.
Looks like the captains are coming out here. If you look across the way, you'll see a large group of Trojan captains coming out. Coach Groce has all of the seniors come out as honorary captains. We'll have 4 walk to the center of the field for this coin toss. Looks like the Generals are going to have 4 captains come out tonight. Our captains tonight for the Trojans is going to be number 33, Lane Vaughn. I see number 9, Peyton Gross. Number 53, Griffin Moore. And I'm having trouble seeing, at number 1, Landon Norton. Good job with my spotter. AJ, not only good with the scoreboard, but also a great spotter. See the Trojans walking out arm in arm to the center of the Generals field here. This will be the first non-turf field the Trojans have played on this year. So we'll keep an eye on footing tonight.
Number 53, Griffin Moore. And number 1, Landon Norton.
Players are now shaking hands. Officials are going to give some direction here. Then we'll get this coin toss done. Trojans in the end zone there, taking a knee. Love to see them say the prayer before they get onto the field, praying for each other's safety and to glorify God in all that they do. The Generals are actually coming down the steps here in the stands. Haven't seen that before. Pretty interesting. They're amongst the crowd. All right. I was not paying attention, but it looks like the Generals have won the toss and decided to receive. So the Trojans will go on defense, and they will get the ball in the second half. Traditionally, that's what Coach Groce wants anyways, is the ball in the second half. So despite the Trojans losing that toss, kind of went the way they expected. Those captains are going to run back and meet their team. Both teams will run through their sign. Clock set to 12 minutes, and we are about to get underway. These schools are only about 15 minutes apart. Obviously different counties, Gordon Lee and Walker County, Heritage here in Catoosa County. But these players know one another. They've played baseball, basketball, football together for years. So you can guarantee both of these teams want to get this win. This is the Trojans' last non-conference game of the season. They'll start region play next week. The Trojans, just so you understand from a power ranking standpoint, the way Georgia high school football does it is obviously you've got your region games that will be rated in your region, but then when they compare regions, they look at overall power ratings. Those power ratings are impacted by the out-of-conference opponents you play. So the Trojans beat a AA Trine, a AAA Lafayette, and are looking to go get a big win, I believe, against a 5A Heritage here. The Trojans can get that win and set themselves up nicely from a power ranking standpoint as we hopefully move into the playoffs later on this year. Home stands are almost full. Not quite as many fans here tonight as there was last week when Ringo was in that giant we're on the street for about 10,000 people here. I would expect there to be probably 6,000 people here at the game tonight. The Generals come through with their sign and smoke. Fireworks in the background. The Trojans to show the Generals a little fireworks tonight. We are having to use Starlink tonight for this broadcast. Hopefully, it's going well. I'm seeing a little bit of frame loss, but hopefully it's not too bad here tonight. We're at home. We have our own dedicated internet line. We're on the road. Typically, we're going to have to use Starlink, so bear with us if we see any issues in that space. Getting words that I need to be turned up a little bit. I don't know if that's possible, Ricky. Trojans line up to kick off this football. Number 26, Ira Grimes, is going to go back to kick. Grimes is a junior kicker in his second year of football. Has done a really nice job making all his extra points so far this season. 1 for 1 from a field goal perspective, and has done a nice job on kickoff so far this year. So hopefully he can put a ball deep here. Trojans can pin these Generals back. The whistles have been blown, and we are underway. Here's a kick for Grimes. It's going to be a high, short kick. Going to be taken at the 15-yard line by Stoker, who's going to be tackled quickly at the 17-yard line. So number 2 Stoker there, I believe that was Stoker, fielded that ball, tried to make a move. Braxton Daniel, number 4 for the Trojans, made a big tackle to get things started. Shout out to Will Poindexter. Let me know that my mic was a little quiet. Will, let me know if that has improved now. We think we made an improvement. So looks like way far away from the field. Looks like the Generals are going to take over at about the 16-yard line, 1st and 10. Going to have single receiver top and bottom. Got motion here from number 11. It's going to be a handoff to the big back. I believe Slaughter's his name. Does a nice job. The Trojans string that out. Looks like tackle made by number 33 Vaughn, number 3 Price, and I believe we got 58 Eli Hasty there. So after a 3-yard gain, brings up 2nd and 7. Number 7's a big back for the Generals. Trojans are going to have to gang tackle tonight. Again, 2nd and 7. Here's a snap. It's going to be another handoff to the outside to Slaughter. He's got a little bit of room, but is tripped up, goes down at the 20-yard line. Going to be a pickup of about 3 there, and that's going to bring up, no, pickup of nothing there. I apologize. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Looked like the back had an alley there, but nice job by number 6, Ross, throwing down his blocker and forcing that run to the outside. All right, going heavy receiver set here. Trips at the top of your screen. Single receiver at the bottom. Single back in the backfield. Heritage is known to be a passing team. It's going to be a rollout here by number 1 Height. Going to be a pass low and incomplete. That's going to bring up 4th and 7. Trojans do a nice job making a stand there and should force the Generals to punt here. Last week, the Ringgold Tigers were able to put a lot of pressure on the quarterback for Heritage. Threw a couple interceptions in the first half, settled down in the second half, and really brought Heritage back. Trojans are going to want to try to put some pressure on the quarterback tonight, but good job offensively putting him in a rollout situation. Here's a punt. It's going to be a high punt to number 8, Oliver. Fair caught at about the 42-yard line. So Trojans are going to get pretty good field position, very close to midfield at the 42-yard line, and they're going to take over 1st and 10. I would say Coach Groce could not have asked for a better start there from his defense. Only gave up 3 yards, forced a 3 and out, 2 runs and a pass. And the Trojans get nice field position to start this football game. Looks like we're going to have 2 running backs in the backfield here. Nope, actually we're going Wildcats. We've got number 9 Groce at quarterback, number 33 Vaughn at running back, single receiver top and bottom. So Wildcat situation here. Here's a snap. Going to be a handoff to Vaughn up the middle. He's going to lower his shoulder. He gets all the way to the 44-yard line, so a pickup of about 3, let's call it 2 yards there. It's going to bring up 2nd and 8. Looks like the Trojans are going to stick with this Wildcat offense here. Your tight end's number 6, Ross. Here's a snap. It's going to be a keep by Groce. He goes straight up the middle. He's going to get about 2 more yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 6. The ball now sits at the 46-yard line. Trojans need to get to the 48. Looks like Price is coming in here from a tight end perspective. Looks like we are bringing in our quarterback, number 12, Day. So you'll have Price and Ross both lined up from a tight end perspective. Groce in the backfield. Trojans try to get the Generals to jump offside there, but no luck. Play clock is down to 10. Here's a handoff to Groce on the outside. He breaks a tackle. He's going to be able to, they called him out of bounds. So Groce dove for the first down, but it looks like he stepped out right at the 49-yard line. Looks like the Trojans are going to end up having to punt here. Thought Groce got the corner there, but apparently his foot went just out of bounds as he dove for that first down mark. Tough spot there for the Trojans. They do line up the punt with number 4, Braxton Daniel. Daniel's done a good job punting so far this year. He has been doing the rugby-style punt. We'll see. Looks like Heritage may come after this. They do. Daniel's on the run. He's going to get the first down and then some. Nice job there. Not sure that was a planned fake, but Heritage brought the heat, was going to try to block that punt. Braxton pulled it down. Nice gain. Takes the football all the way across midfield. The ball now sits at the 42 of the Generals. If you're drawing it up as a coach, when you're playing a team like the Generals with a good pass game, you want to keep the ball. You want to run as much clock as you can, and the Trojans are able to do that here. So 1st and 10 for the Trojans again at the Generals' 42-yard line. Here's Vaughn in the backfield. It's going to be a pass to the outside. Number 11, Hurley McAllister's back from injury. Makes a nice catch, takes it all the way down to the 31-yard line. So nice gain there. Going to be a pickup of about Well, looks like first down. So pick up a 10 there. Nice job there by McAllister. Great to have him back. Looks like Price is going to come off. Looks like we're going to have McAllister and Norton. Oh, Price is not going to come off. There was some confusion there. Play clock's down to 16. Plenty of time. Vaughn remains in the backfield. Going to be a handoff to Vaughn. Found a little gap there. Nice cut. Going to drive his feet, take that ball all the way down to the 21-yard line. It's going to be another first down for the Trojans. Nice run there by Vaughn. Trojans continue to run the ball. That's the third consecutive Beth Price Keller Williams first down there. Groce is now back in the back. Trips at the top of your screen. Single receiver at the bottom. Be a snap. It's going to be a handoff to Groce. He's going to end up getting driven forward for a pickup of about 3 yards. Looks like the ball is going to get inside the red zone all the way down to the 19-yard line. Groce got hit in the backfield, but he got hit from behind and driven forward. So pick up a 3. It's going to bring up 2nd and 7. We are now inside the Generals' red zone. Clock ticks down to 7 minutes and 3 seconds. Groce remains in the backfield. Single receiver, top and bottom. It's going to be a pass. Was a slant route to number 1, Norton. Ball was thrown behind him. He tried to slam on the brakes, make a catch there, but was unable to haul that in. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 7. If you can hear the band, they're actually just below us. The Generals band is jamming out here. See what the Trojans have in mind here. They're going to go single receiver, top and bottom, two tight ends, Price and Ross. Groce in the backfield. It's going to be a quick toss to number 11, McAllister. Good block. McAllister breaks some tackles, takes the football all the way down to the 7-yard line, and I believe that's going to be another Beth Price Keller Williams first down. It looks like we do have a General who's shaken up. Looks like we're going to have an official timeout, so we will take our first timeout of the night.
I'm Jimmy Sprayberry, class of 79. I grew up here in Chickamauga. Krista and I raised our children here. You know, I learned a whole lot about life on this field, and ever since 1988, I've been helping folks with their insurance needs.
When I turned 60, I too became bombarded with phone calls and junk mail about Medicare insurance.
And that's why I want to offer you a free Medicare review.
It's an honor to serve the community that I live in and help it to thrive. Here at Summit Physical Therapy, we focus on getting you back doing the things that you love to do. With years of trusted experience, we're bringing expert healthcare closer to home. It's hometown healing with care that's personal, local, and built around you. Coming soon to our North Georgia communities.
All right, Trojan fans, we are back. Trojans are first and goal from, I believe, the 7-yard line. Got another Beth Price Keller Williams first down, and then there was an injured player for Heritage. He was able to walk off under his own power. So the Trojans come back on the field. Vaughn in the backfield, single tight end in Ross. We got Garrison at the bottom of your screen. Looks like Norton at the top of your screen. Going to be a handoff to Vaughn up the middle, and that's going to be a touchdown for your Gordon Lee Trojans. Vaughn straight up the middle on a dive. Didn't even get touched, and that is a Jordan Dupree United Real Estate Experts touchdown for number 33 Lane Vaughn, and your Gordon Lee Trojans take a 6-0 lead over the Heritage Generals with 6:30 left to go here in the first quarter. Trojans are going to set up now with Ira Grimes for that extra point. Again, Grimes has 100% so far from an extra point standpoint. Hopefully we can keep that trend alive tonight. Number 4, Braxton Daniel, the punter who kept this drive alive by getting that first down, is now the holder. Here's the snap. Kick is up. Kick is good. And your Gordon Lee Trojans take a 7-0 lead with 6:30 left to go here in the first quarter. Sure, Coach Groce is excited about the start to this game. Trojans did a really nice job eating a ton of clock on that first drive. Shout out there to Braxton Daniel. He dropped back in that rugby-style punt formation. Heritage brought 3. The Trojans were able to block 2. I don't think the plan was to fake the punt, but the punt was going to get blocked. Braxton pulled it down, dodged that punt block attempt, and then ran for the first down, lowered his shoulder, and laid the wood, and was able to get that first down for the Trojans and prolong the drive. And then after that, the Trojans just stacked up first down after first down. Several great catches and runs by Hurley McAllister, a couple good runs by Peyton Groce, a couple good runs by number 33 Lane Vaughn. And here we go. Trojans are up 6-0, or 7-0, sorry, here in the first quarter. So the Trojans are now set up to kick off again. Whistle's blown. Grimes was a high short kick last time to Stoker. He's going to kick this one low. It's going to bounce. Stoker's going to pick it up at about the 15. He's going to make a nice move, but then get hit hard by number 9, Groce, and I believe number 15, Connor Jenkins there, made the tackle. Ball's going to be, believe, right at the 30-yard line. So the Generals will take over 1st and 10 from the 30. Better field position than they had last time. They started last time at their own 17. They're starting at their own 30 this time. See if the Trojans defense can stay on top of it. We got twins at the bottom of your screen. No receiver at the top. Single back in the backfield. Going to be a handoff to that back. It's going to get hit early and often, I believe. Looks like Garrett Ross, number 6, made that tackle. So nice job there. Only a 1-yard pickup. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 9. Trojans are doing a nice job here squeezing the run. I'd kind of, if I was going to give you an analogy, much like an anaconda squeezing in here, able to hold this run down. But the Generals will start to pass soon, and the Trojans need to be ready for that. Here's going to be a pass. It's going to be a rollout by number 1. He's going to go deep here into triple coverage. Groce is there. Ball is intercepted. No, that's not Groce. That's number 8, Bryson Oliver. Ball's intercepted. Trojans are going to take over at the 35-yard line. That ball was thrown up, was trying to go to Stoker, a little bit underthrown. Quite honestly, that ball was thrown into triple coverage there. Stoker would have had to make a Herculean catch, but was unable to do that. And the Trojans take over 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Last possession, they took over at the 40. This possession, they're going to need to get 5 more yards to score a touchdown. Looks like we're going to have single receiver top and bottom, 2 tight ends. Going to be a handoff to Groce up the middle. He's got running room, runs into the official, but he continues to drive his feet, crosses midfield all the way down to the General 48-yard line. Heck of a run there by Groce. He ran smack into the official, or he may still be running, folks. And that's another Beth Price Keller Williams. First down for your Gordon Lee Trojans. Looks like the Trojans will go single receiver top and bottom, tight end top and bottom as well. And then they go quick count. And we're going to have an offsides on the Generals. That's going to take the ball across the Generals 45 all the way down to, I believe, the 43-yard line. And the Trojans are in business here, working their way down towards Generals red zone territory. As an offensive coordinator, Coach Campbell, the book is wide open here. 1st and 5, you can do pretty much anything you want. Going to be a quick snap. Going to be a handoff to Vaughn to the outside. He's not even going to get touched. He's going to pick up about, I want to say 10 yards there. Runs out of bounds at the General 35, and that's another Beth Price Keller Williams first down for your Gordon Lee Trojans. Trojans, wait a minute, what do we have going on here? Looks like the Generals have called a timeout, so we'll take a timeout.
The Trojan Club raises money to support all athletics at Gordon Lee High School. 100% of all proceeds benefit our student athletes, and we'd like to say thank you.
We love our renovated dugouts and video board.
Thank you for covering all drug testing and our athletic fees.
We appreciate the drones and the Titan GPS trackers.
Thank you for our custom whiteboard and our upgraded lockers.
If you want to be a part of this greatness, scan this Venmo code and donate to the Trojan Club today.
All right, Trojan Network, we are back. Trojans have the ball 1st and 10, sitting just inside the General 35-yard line. Trojans stopped the Generals on their first possession. Trojans scored on their first possession and then had a takeaway via interception. That interception brought to you by Summit Physical Therapy. Now the Trojans have the football, going 2 tight ends, single receiver top and bottom, number 33 Vaughn in the backfield. Going to be a straight drop back pass. Going to try to go deep to number 1 Norton, but that ball is going to be almost intercepted by number 11, but is dropped. Trojans tried to run a stop and go there, but it was against cover 2. The corner did stop with the receiver, but the safety stayed back, almost intercepted that football in the end zone. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 for your Trojans. Looks like Groce has now come in to the backfield. He's going to get a handoff here up the middle. Doesn't get touched till he picks up 9 yards, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 1. Football now sits at the General 26-yard line. Trojans need to get to just across the 25 for a first down. I would expect this to be 2-down territory for the Trojans. Trojans try a quick snap to get the Generals to jump off. They almost did. Love to see Groce run it behind number 6 here, Ross. Top of your screen. He does, drives his feet. Looks like he's going to pick up about a yard. That's going to bring up 4th and 1 here. And I see number 33, Vaughn, being run onto the field. Would expect a little smash mouth football here from the Trojans. So Trojans are going to line up here. Heavy set. Looks like Heritage is bringing every linebacker in an attempt to stop Vaughn here. Play clock's down to 7. Here's a handoff to Vaughn. You can bring everybody you want. He's going to run you over. First down, Trojans. And that first down is brought to you by Beth Price with Keller Williams. The Generals brought all 4 linebackers there. Hit Vaughn early. Vaughn is too strong for that. Ran through a couple tackles. And now the ball sits at, I believe, the 23-yard line of the Generals. Dangerously close to the red zone. Going to be another handoff to Vaughn, this time to the outside. He makes a cut, driving his feet. Going to pick up 8 yards, 8.5 yards. And the ball is now inside the 20-yard line, and we are in General's red zone territory as the clock ticks down to 3 minutes and 3 seconds. Looks like number 3, Price, is going to come in from a tight end perspective. Looks like we're going to have number 9, Groce, at the running back spot. Looks like number 5, Garrison at receiver at the bottom of your screen. Number 1, Norton, receiver at the top of your screen. Going to be a handoff to Groce up the middle. He finds some running room, continues to battle. Took a while for that whistle to be blown, but he takes the football all the way down to the 11-yard line, and that's another Beth Price, Keller Williams first down. Clock continues to run down to 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Trojans are in no hurry. Again, when you're playing a high-powered offense like the Generals have, you want to keep the ball away from them as much as possible. Groce remains in the backfield. Another handoff for Groce up the middle. He's going to pick up about 2. Looks like he'll be sitting at the 10-yard line, second and only about 1 yard gain there. So 2nd and 9 for the Trojans. Groce is going to come out. Vaughn is going to come in. Looks like we're going to run on Ross as an additional tight end with number 3, Price. Heritage is trying to squeeze the run here. Let's see what the Trojans have in mind. It's going to be, looks like we did jump off sides there. Be tough. That's going to back the Trojans up 5. So that'll back the Trojans up 5. Looks like Vaughn was ready to run the football there. May have been leaning just a little bit. So that'll back the Trojans up 5. And that's going to bring it up 2nd. And it looks like 13. The Trojans can get a first down, but it looks like they have to get it all the way down to about the 3-yard line. Single receiver, top and bottom. Vaughn remains in the backfield. Going to be a handoff to Vaughn to the outside. He's got all the running room in the world. Takes it all the way down. Hard for me to see all the way across the field, but looks like picked up 12 of the 13 yards needed. That's going to bring up 3rd and 1 for the Trojans. Looks like we got number 19, Einer Smith, in the game at tight end. Looks like we're going 3 tight ends in the game here. Looks like there was some confusion from a tight end perspective. Trojans are going to have to take a timeout, so we'll take a timeout.
I bought my very first home here 22 years ago.
Since then, this town has become more than a place. It's my community, my passion, and my purpose. I've helped families grow, empty nesters downsize, and dreamers take their first big step.
Whether you're buying or selling, remember me. Let's write your next chapter together.
So the game clock's now down to 1 minute and 6 seconds. Trojans are on the move. 3rd and about 1.5 from the 4-yard line. There was a little bit of confusion there. Trojans looked like they were going to go 3 tight ends and a wildcat with Vaughn. Looked like there was some confusion there, but looks like they've got it set now. We are heavy on tight ends. You've got number 19, Einer Smith, number 6, Garrett Ross, and number 3, Logan Price, all at a tight end. Vaughn's going to run it straight up the middle. And we're going to have another Jordan Dupree, United Real Estate Experts, touchdown for your Gordon Lee Trojans. Trojans put Vaughn back in that wildcat, and they just smashed that football directly up the middle. 3 tight ends, heavy set. The Trojans take a 13-0 lead with 59.7 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Generals have only been able to run 4 plays in the entire first quarter, which is exactly how the Trojans defensive coaches drew it up. See if Ira Grimes can kick this extra point and make it 14-0. Here's the snap. Kick is up. Kick is good. Your Gordon Lee Trojans take a 14-0 lead against the Heritage Generals with 59.7 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Again, the Generals have a high-powered offense. The Trojans cannot let their foot off the accelerator here. Got to continue to press the issue. The Generals can score quickly. They've got a great receiving core, solid running back who can break one at any moment. So Trojans have to continue to run this ball. Home side's gotten a little quiet. Don't think they quite expected what they've seen so far, but again, this game is far from over. I think if you told anybody that the Generals would have only ran 4 plays for the entire first quarter with only 59.7 seconds left to go, I don't think they would have believed it, but that is exactly where we are. See what the Trojans can do here. Both kickoffs have gone to number 2 Stoker. First kickoff was fielded at about the 10, run out to the 15. The last kickoff, Stoker was able to get out to about the 30. Let's see if they go at Stoker again here. Grimes boots another one high and deep. Stoker's going to catch this one right at the 10-yard line. Trojans are headed down the field, and Stoker's going to run out of bounds. Looks like at about the 27-yard line. Trojans seem to be purposely kicking it that direction. The game clock ran down to 52.9 seconds left in the first quarter. Generals line up to run their 5th play here for the game. Looks like they're going to go trips at the bottom of your screen. Single receiver at the top. Going to be a quick pass at the outside here. Ball's going to be dropped. Braxton Daniel actually came up, beat the block of number 13, and was in the face of the receiver. Receiver dropped the football. That's the second time we've seen number 11 drop a ball. The first one was an interception he had an opportunity to make in the end zone. That one hit him directly in the hands. Ball falls harmlessly to the ground. And that brings up 2nd and 10 with 48.6 seconds left to go. Looks like the Generals are going to come out with that exact same formation. I would not be surprised if we saw a stop and go here from number 11. Going to be a straight drop back from number 11 Hyde. He's going to throw the ball over the middle. Ball is going to be caught by number 11. And that is going to be enough for a first down for the Generals. Clock barely ran there. 42.8 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Clock is now running now that the chains have been started. Got trips at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top. Yeah, handoff to the back, straight up the middle there. Tackle's going to be made by number 33, Vaughn. Big tackle. Back was able to pick up 3 yards. The clock continues to run. We're down to 15 seconds, and I would expect that to be the last play of the first quarter here. And your Gordon Lee Trojans are going to go into the second quarter leading 14-0. We will take you to a commercial break.
Looking for an affordable, convenient way to jumpstart your career? At Georgia Northwestern Technical College, we make education work for you. With hands-on training, many tuition-free programs through the Hope Career Grant, plus a 99% job placement rate means you'll be ready to fill in-demand jobs. Don't wait. Get the skills you need for the job you want. Visit gntc.edu today and start building your future.
It's all Navy, baby, and we stand with them. At Jet Energy, we fuel progress, when and where you need it. Reliable, on time, every time. Because community isn't just where we work, it's who we are.
All right, Trojan fans, we have swapped ends of the field. And it is 2nd and 6 for the Generals. That was the biggest gain they've had of the game so far. 4-yard pickup by the back. They're going to line up here, twins top and bottom, single back in the backfield. And we are back underway. Going to be a quick toss out here to number 11. He's going to have a nice gainer all the way across midfield to about the Trojan 46-yard line. Trojans were playing way off the receivers there. Made that pitch and catch pretty easy, so we'll see if the Trojans walk up a little bit. Don't want to give that good receiver that easy of a release. Heritage lines up trips at the top of your screen. Single receiver at the bottom. Looks like we've got Garrison at corner at the bottom. Oliver at corner at the top. Going to be a quick pass again to number 2, Stoker. He's going to be tackled, but not before he picks up 6 yards. But flag comes out. I would expect that to be a holding or a face mask. See what we got here. They are going to call face mask there on the Trojans. So that's going to add 15 to it. So good catch there by 2. Nice run. Picked up about 6. Going to add 15 to it here. And now the Generals are moving deep into Trojan territory, trying to cut into this 14-point lead. Looks like the football is going to go all the way inside Trojan red zone down to the 19-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Generals from the 19. Looks like the Generals are going to come out double twins, twins top, twins bottom, single back in the backfield. Here's a snap. Trojans are going to blitz. Made contact early in the backfield. Looked like number 3 Price was unable to make the tackle. Pickup of 2 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 8 there for the Generals. Coaches had the right run blitz called there. Just missed the tackle. Was still able to hold him to just 2 yards, bringing up 2nd and 8. Football now sits at about the 18-yard line of the Trojans. Again, the Generals are going to come out twins top and bottom. Looks like we're going to blitz again. Catch is going to be made to the outside. Tackle is going to be missed, and it's going to be a touchdown for your Generals there. Ball was thrown quick to the outside. Corners are playing way off. Catch was made. Tried to push the receiver out of bounds. Was unable to do that. He kept his balance up the sideline. Tiptoed in for a Heritage Generals touchdown. And it is now 14-6 Trojans pending the extra point. Generals seem to find something there with the quick passing in that possession. So we'll see what Coach Groce and the defensive staff come up with. Here's a snap. Kick is up. Kick is good. And that makes the score 14-7. Trojans remain in the lead, but that lead was cut in half there by that nice pitch and catch. And again, the Generals found something there with some quick passing game. Trojans DBs are going to have to walk up from a corner perspective a little bit, not give up such quite free releases, but I'm sure that's something they'll work on here while they're on the sideline. None of it matters if the Trojan offense comes out and continues to move the football the way they did their first 2 possessions. But the Generals do have a little bit more life after cutting that score in half with 10:55 left to go here in the first half. And yes, shout out to Brad Gray. You're welcome to come do some color commentary if you'd like. Help a brother out. Looks like the Trojans are going to line up with number 9 Groce, the deep back. Looks like Vaughn, Norton to each side of him, and Garrett Ross in the center here. Going to be a kick high and deep. This one's going to be fielded in the end zone, and that's going to be a touchback. So the ball will come out to the 20-yard line. Got a little bit of pushing and shoving over here on the sideline. Guys acting tough, currently down 14-7. See if the Trojans can continue the smash mouth football that they displayed there in the first quarter. Looks like we're going to have McAllister at the bottom of your screen here at receiver. Twins at the top. Looks like it's going to be Ross and Norton Looks like Groce is going to be in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff. No, it's going to be a keeper by Day, but he's going to lose about a yard. It's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Day has shown the ability to run the football a little bit more this season, pull it down, be aggressive. I think the Trojans were going to try to catch him off guard there. Unfortunately, faked the handoff to Groce and kept the football, but ran the same direction as Groce, where all the defense was focused. So we're going to have Groce go in motion. It's going to be a throw to number 8, Bryson Oliver. He's going to pick up, looks like 6 yards, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6 after the Trojans lost yardage on that first down play. Looks like we're going to have Price and Ross at tight end, Vaughn in the backfield. Looks like McAllister, the bottom of your screen. Can't see who's at the top of the screen here at receiver. It looks like it's going to be Norton. It'll be a quick pass on an out route to Norton. Norton had gotten to where he needed to be for the first down. Ball was thrown slightly behind him. Norton was able to get a hand on it, but couldn't get a second hand on it. And so now the Trojans are going to have to punt this football. So not exactly what we saw from the Trojans there in the first quarter. And the Generals are trying to seize momentum here. Only down 7 with 9:40 left to go here in the half. Last time the Trojans dropped back to punt, Generals brought the heat. Daniels was able to avoid. Look, here we go again. Daniels is going to run this one for a first down. He's way up the sideline, all the way across midfield, and he does not go out of bounds. Runs over several Heritage Generals, refuses to go out of bounds. Wanted to show them he was not playing around, and that's another fake punt for a big first down for your Gordon Lee Trojans. Ball came all the way across midfield and now sits at the 27-yard line of the Generals. Not sure the Generals had expected the Trojans to do this, but they are killing it. We got a guest up here from Jat Energy to hang out with us. Single receiver, top and bottom. 2 tight ends at the top here. See what the Trojans have in mind. Number 9, Groce, remains in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to Groce on an outside run. He's going to break the edge, and he is off to the races, but there is going to be a late flag. Groce goes all the way to the end zone, but it looks like we're going to have a holding penalty, unfortunately. Not sure that I saw the hold, but I saw the flag come out in the area of holding. Great run there by Groce to the outside. Not sure what that hold was. And that's going to back the Trojans up 10 yards. That holding happened at about the 15-yard line. So the Trojans aren't going to be in bad a shape as you would expect. Ball's going to sit at about the 25. It's going to be about 1st and 7 here. So instead of a touchdown, Trojans pick up 3 yards on the hold. And it is 1st and 7. Looks like Vaughn's come into the backfield. Going to be a straight drop back. Going to be an out throw to number 11, Hurley McAllister. I believe that's his 3rd catch of the game. He's going to get thrown out of bounds at the 15-yard line, and that is another Beth Price Keller Williams first down for your Gordon Lee Trojans. Trojans continue to move the ball. Know the Generals are frustrated with 2 fake punts from the Trojans. The last one was a huge run by number 4, Braxton Daniel. A little bit of pull there. Trojans going to bust that one down all the way. Not a great spot. Looks like they're going to put him down at the 14-yard line. Looks like only a gain of a yard there. It's going to bring up 2nd and 9 from the Generals 14. like Groce is going to remain in the backfield. Looks like we're going to have number 1 Norton at the top of your screen, number 11 McAllister at the bottom, tight end Price at the top as well. Looks like they're going to bring the run blitz here. Again, Trojans try to hand this one off. Groce cuts it up, takes a big hit for no gain. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 9. Generals are walking up all of their backers. They're expecting the Trojans to run a quick dump pass to either a tight end over the middle or a back coming over the middle would be huge here with these linebackers continuing to run blitz over and over again. Going to be a quick out route to number 1 Norton. He makes the catch, drives his feet, gets all the way down to about the 10-yard line. And that's going to bring up 4th and about 4.5 for the Trojans. Grimes has shown the ability to make a field goal like this, but it is not easy. That was a heck of a catch there by number 1 Norton. The DB dove in an attempt to intercept that football, but was unable to do so. Looks like Grimes is going to attempt the field goal here. This field goal is going to end up being about 27 yards. Here's the snap. Kick is up. It's going to be low, and it is going to be no good. Grimes' first miss of the season, and the Generals were able to hold there. Ball's going to come out to the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Generals. So the Trojans had momentum, actually scored a touchdown, but a hold wiped that touchdown off the board. Trojans were unable to punch it back in. Field goal attempt is no good. And so the score remains 14-7 with 7 minutes, 4 seconds left to go here in the half. Trojans have had a couple penalties bite them throughout the season. Again, they're undefeated at 2-0. But I believe that's the 3rd or 4th big run that's been wiped off the board this season by holding. So something the Trojans are going to want to clean up before they get into conference play here. Just a reminder at halftime, we expect both bands to perform. And we will keep the camera on the field so that you can see the bands performing. Trojans are going to need to put some pressure on this quarterback and get themselves a Crawfish Springs custom cabinetry sack here on this possession. Again, last possession, the quick throws really hurt the Trojans. Corners were walked off the receivers, giving them a ton of space. Quick pitch and catch, and the ball was moved up the field pretty quickly that way. So we'll see if the Trojans change anything here from a corner perspective. Are they going to walk up? Looks like number 11, McAllister, is going to be playing corner. Number 8, Oliver as well. Trojans are still quite a bit back here. Let's see what the Generals have in store. Trojans are going to blitz here. Ball is going to be thrown deep over the middle. Ball is going to be caught by number 2, Stoker. The ball goes all the way down to the 44-yard line. Kind of a Hail Mary pass there as the quarterback had pressure on it, threw it up. Stoker did a nice job going up and making that catch. That's a first down for the Generals. Clock sits at 6 minutes and 55 seconds. Number 4, Braxton Daniel, blitzed off the edge there. Almost got the sack. Going to have trips at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom. It's going to be a handoff up the middle to Slaughter. Tackle is missed again. Number 6, Ross, is able to make a tackle from behind. Pickup of about 6. Going to bring up 2nd and 4. So about a 5-yard gain there on that run. Ball sits at about the 47-yard line, getting close to midfield. Trojans continue to be back way off these receivers. I would expect another quick throw here. Was another quick throw. There was nobody within 7 yards of that receiver, but the ball was thrown low, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Trojans are going to have to walk up, or this is going to continue to happen. Fortunately, it was not a great throw there. Generals are going to come out double twins. Single back in the backfield. Again, 3rd and 5. Ball sits at the 47-yard line. Snap going to be a straight drop back. Quarterback is going to run the football. He's going to get out of bounds at about the 50-yard line. Pickup, 49-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of 1, and that's going to bring up 4th and 4 for the Generals. Clock sits at 5 minutes and 45 seconds. Looks like they're going to go for it here. Only down 7. Inside their own territory. Trojans need to be smart here. Would not be surprised. Generals have 2 timeouts. Wouldn't be surprised if they tried to get the Trojans to jump off sides. Somebody's got to remind them to be smart here. Going to go trips, top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom. Again, Trojans cannot give too much cushion here. It's going to be a straight drop back. Quarterback run up the middle. He gets hit by Vaughn and then gets tackled by number 6, Ross. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. And a Crawfish Springs custom cabinetry sack there by number 6, Ross. Trojans take over in General territory. That was a gutsy decision there by the Generals coaching staff. Only down 7, deciding to go for it. 4th and 4 from their own territory. See if the Trojans can make them pay for that poor decision. Looks like we're going to have Groce in the backfield, 2 tight ends. Looks like we're going to have Price as well as number 45, Sean Harms-Benefold. And we're going to have a handoff to Groce directly up the middle. He's going to pick up about 1 yard, and it's going to bring up 2nd and 9. Trojans early were able to run the football straight down the Generals' throats. Linebackers are walking up for these Generals. Hopefully the Trojans have something in the playbook, a quick pass right over the middle where those linebackers vacate. See if we can create some more running room. If they continue to walk up and we don't have anything to throw over the top behind them, puts a lot of pressure on these blockers and these backs. A single receiver top and bottom, Vaughn in the backfield. It's going to be a wildcat run, pickup of another yard. Ball now sits at the 45-yard line, 2nd and 8 for the Trojans. Generals are keying on the run here. Trojans are going to run some receivers onto the field, tight ends off. And number 12, Day, back on the field. Trips at the top, single receiver at the bottom. I would look for him to go to McAllister here at the bottom of the screen. He's in a one-on-one coverage. Already got 3 catches for the game. Let's see what they have in mind here. McAllister does run a quick out route, does make the catch. Not going to be enough for the first down, though. Ball's going to get all the way down to the 37-yard line, no, 38-yard line. Trojans need to get to the 37-yard line for a first down, so that's going to bring up 4th and 1. I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm running Vaughn directly up the middle and daring the Generals to stop him here. You can tell him he's coming, makes no difference. Here we go. Looks like we're going to go Wildcat with number 9, Groce. Vaughn's going to be in the backfield. 2 tight ends with Sean Harms-Benefold as well as number 6, Ross. Going to be an outside run to number 9, Groce. He breaks the tackle, going to get pushed out of bounds. Whew, pickup of about 5. That was scary, though. Trojans only needed a yard on 4th and 1. Stretched that one out. Groce was able to break a tackle, got hit in the backfield. Was able to break a tackle and get that first down. Ball now sits at the 31-yard line of the Generals as the clock sits at 3 minutes and 24 seconds. If you're the Trojans, you want to continue to run this football. Clock's now been is winding at 3:18. If you're the Trojans, you want to run every second of this off the clock and score. Looks like Vaughn in the backfield. Going to be another pass to number 11, McAllister. He does a nice job getting some yak yards there. Picks up 11. Ball's going to get all the way down to the General 19 for another Beth Price, Keller Williams first down. The return of McAllister's been great tonight. He does limp off there. Hopefully that's minor. Already got 5 catches for the Trojans and done a nice job moving the ball up the field. 2 tights again. Vaughn in the backfield. Handoff to Vaughn up the middle. He's got a head of steam. He's going to pick up, call it 7 yards. Going to bring up 2nd and 7. Football now sits at the General 12-yard line. Trying to look across the way there, see what they're doing with McAllister. Hopefully that's just a cramp. It's his first game action of the season. So hopefully he'll get a little water sucks in him. Be back on the field in the second half. Clock now continues to run down to 2 minutes and 19 seconds. Generals do have 2 timeouts remaining, as well as the Trojans. Trojans are in no hurry here, though. Going to run every second off the clock they can. Play clock's down to 7 seconds. Vaughn in the backfield. Handoff to Vaughn again up the middle. Nobody touches him. He waltzes right into the end zone for a Jordan Dupree United Real Estate Experts touchdown. And your Gordon Lee Trojans take a 20-7 lead with 2 minutes and 2 seconds left to go here in the half. Not sure the Trojans wanted to score quite that fast, but Vaughn broke through that initial line of scrimmage. Linebackers blitzed. They got picked up. Nobody there to stop Vaughn. So Grimes comes back onto the field for another extra point opportunity to try to make this game 21-7 with 2 minutes and 2 seconds left to go here in the first half. Daniel set to hold. Here's the snap. Kick is up. Kick is good. Grimes remains perfect on extra points. And your Gordon Lee Trojans take a 21-7 lead with 2 minutes and 2 seconds left to go in the half. Folks, this has been a very strange game, not traditional. Trojans have gotten 2 big first downs by Braxton Daniel on fake punts. I believe the second one was a clear fake punt. The first one, I believe Braxton pulled that ball down so the punt didn't get blocked, avoided the tackler, and was able to run for the first down. But the Trojan coaching staff saw something they liked there and used it to get a big run from Daniel. I believe it was a little over 40 yards. And he provided some punishment down the sideline on that run. So the Trojans have done a good job answering the score of the Generals and then stopping the Generals on 4th and 4 inside their own territory. And they made that coaching staff of the Generals pay for that risky decision to go for it from their own side of the field. See if the Trojans can hold them for another 2 minutes here. Go into halftime up 2 scores. Reminder, the Trojans get the football back at the start of the second half. Generals won the toss, decided to receive. So Grimes is set, ready to kick again. Going to kick this one again to Stoker. He's going to field it at about the 13-yard line. He's going to get hit and driven out of bounds by number 5, Noah Garrison, at about the 29-yard line. So the clock ticked under 2 minutes, now sits at 1 minute and 57 seconds. Ball sits at the 28-yard line of the Generals, 1st and 10. Again, Generals have an explosive offense. They're able to throw the ball down the field. However, most of the throws so far today have been short. Anything down the field has been intercepted or deflected. So trips to the top of your screen, tight single receiver at the bottom. Going to be a straight drop back here. Ball thrown over the middle to a wide open receiver. Tackle's going to be made by number 3, Price. It's going to be a 14-yard gain for the Generals. Ball sits at the 42-yard line there after that pitch and catch. First time the Generals have made a throw over the center of the field there, so we'll see. Looks like the Trojans had a controlled blitz happening, so there was no backer in that drop zone there. Trips at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top. Looks like the Trojans are going to blitz with Vaughn. Ball's going to get thrown deep. Nobody's there. No way they're throwing a flag. They tried to draw a flag. Stoker flopped there, trying to get a flag. Not going to happen. The ball was uncatchable. Brings up 2nd and 10. Quarterback did a nice job there avoiding the heavy pressure for number 33, Vaughn. Stepped up, threw the ball deep to avoid the sack, but it was an uncatchable football, so that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Ball remains at the 42-yard line. 1 minute, 22 seconds remains. The Generals do have a very good kicker. I believe he's committed to Texas, if I'm not mistaken, so I'm not sure what his range is, but I would expect it to be good. The Generals knew they were offsides, but the officials didn't. So not sure what happened there, but that's going to be an incomplete pass and bring up 3rd and 10. That was a strange play, folks. Generals clearly jumped off sides. Officials decided to keep their flags in the pocket. Quarterback just had to get rid of it before he got killed. So that brings up 3rd and 10, Twins, top and bottom of your screen. Trojans again bringing the blitz. Ball's going to get thrown over the middle, high, incomplete pass, and that's going to bring up 4th down. This time, the General coaching staff does not decide to go for it from their own territory. So they'll punt it back to the Trojans. Trojans still have 2 timeouts. See if the Trojans can make something happen, a little 2-for-1 here, maybe get a field goal, and then get the ball back to second half. For those of you who've watched us for a couple years now, I've talked about the 2-for-1 a lot. Would love to see that from the Trojans. There's going to be a punt. Bryson Oliver is going to have an opportunity to return this. Oh no, he fumbles it. Ball has been fumbled, and it is going to be recovered by the Generals at the 15-yard line. It's going to give the Generals life. The Trojans are going to have to get serious here. Both their backs to see if they can get a stop. Clock's down to 1 minute. Again, ball sits on the 15-yard line. Trojans did their job. Punt was returnable. It bounced off the shoulder pads of Oliver there. He tried to recover the football, was unable to do so. Looks like we're going to have Twins at the top, Twins at the bottom. Again, 1 minute left to go here on the clock. It's going to be a rollout pass here to the right. And that ball is just going to get thrown away. He was out of the tackle box, but not sure he got that ball past the line of scrimmage. Ball needed to get past the 19-yard line. It hit at about the 20-yard line. Feel free to watch a replay there at home. Officials didn't seem to care. That should have been intentional grounding. But that call was not made, so that brings up 2nd and 10, 55 seconds left to go. Ball sits at about the 17-yard line. Going to be another straight drop back. Ball thrown over the middle to a wide open receiver for a touchdown. But there's going to be a flag here. It looks like we're going to have holding. Yes, sir, it is going to be holding. So that is going to take that touchdown off the board and back the Generals up another 10 yards. I'll be quite honest with you, I wasn't watching the holding. I was watching the play develop down the field, so not sure who put the pressure on. I believe it was number 6, Ross, that was putting pressure on the quarterback and induced the hold. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 20 from the 29-yard line with 49.2 seconds left. So Trojans have given a touchdown back through a penalty. Now the Generals have. Let's see if the Trojans can bow their backs and make a stand here this last 49 seconds. Middle of the field's been open for the Generals over the past couple series. See what the Trojans have in store here for them. Looks like we're going to have a blitz coming from the top of your screen. Wide open from Groce. He's going to make a nice tackle. Pick that ball up. Arm was not coming forward. I got to watch the replay there. Almost positive that was a fumble. My spotter says he went forward to give AJ the benefit of the doubt there. But nice blitz there by Groce, bringing up 3rd and 20. That was almost a fumble there, folks. Clock now sits at 43.6 seconds left. Again, ball sits at the 27-yard line, 3rd and 20 for the Generals. Again, the Generals have a strong kicker. Could already be within field goal range here. We will see. They're going to come out double twins again. Watch the middle of the field. Linebackers are going to have to watch the center of the field here. Ball's going to get thrown over the middle. Great coverage by the Trojans. Double coverage against the best receiver there for the Generals in number 11. Trojans do a nice job, and that's going to bring up 4th and 20. And it looks like the Generals are going to attempt a field goal here. Was not at the game last week, but did hear there was some opportunity from a kicking perspective. We'll see if this kicker can continue to struggle. I believe he missed 2 last week. See if he can miss this one. Ball's going to sit down at about the 34-yard line, so you're talking a 44-yard field goal from a high school kicker. Here's a snap. Kick is up. And kick is good. So he did boot that through, and that was over by about 20 yards. Great kick there from the kicker. So with 32.3 seconds left to go here in the first half, your Gordon Lee Trojans lead 21-10 over the Heritage Generals. Still up 2 scores. But again, Trojans had an opportunity to take that football with about a minute and a half left on that punt. Unfortunately, ball was fumbled. First turnover for the Trojans of the day. And the Generals were able to capitalize with 3 points. Good job by the Trojan defense of holding there and not allowing a touchdown. Hate to give them anything. Again, the Trojans get the football back to start the second half. See if the Generals have any kind of trickeration up their sleeve here. Would they be brave enough to kick an onside kick here? Wouldn't think with 32.3 seconds. Not a lot of time for them to do anything with it, even if they recover it. But we'll see. Looks like Groce is going to be deep to return. Ball's going to be kicked deep all the way to the end zone. No need to catch that one. Actually, that actually goes out of the back of the end zone. So the Trojans will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line with 32.3 seconds left. Looks like there is a flag on the field, though. Not sure what happened. Looks like a little chippiness. See what the call is. If this is against the Generals, it'd be a huge penalty. It looks like it is against the Generals. Looks like the Trojans are going to step this off 15 yards. And that's going to take the Trojans all the way to Heritage territory, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see here, or right at it, all the way to the 45-yard line. Trojans have 2 timeouts. It's a dumb penalty there. They have not stepped this off or moved the ball yet. They're just pointing. Let's see what the plan is. Wait a minute. Are we serious right now? What are we doing? Oh, stepping it off from the 20 because the ball went to the back of the end zone. So that'll take the ball out to the 35-yard line. Apologize. Trojans could have one big run here. Could potentially get aggressive. We'll see. Groce is in the backfield. And Trojans are going to decide to take a knee here to run this clock out. Don't think the Generals are going to take a timeout in this situation. It's like both teams are going to head to the locker room. And your Gordon Lee Trojans are going to take a 2-score lead, 21-10 into halftime. And again, get the ball back to start the second half. Reminder that the bands will be performing at halftime, so please stay and give that a look. And we will be back about 3 minutes before halftime ends.
up with that.
I started helping people buy homes in 2017, and for 8 years, I've been showing up when they need me. I believe relationships drive success. It's about being available when it matters most. My mission? Keep it easy. Buying your first home should feel clear, not complicated. Let's go step by step together. You'll move into your next chapter feeling confident and ready. Whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing, let's take the mortgage journey together.
On the field, it's not just sweat you're losing. You're losing minerals, vitamins, and focus. Let's be real. Water really does suck until you put something in it. Real flavor, no fake junk, electrolytes that fuel performance. Champions hydrate smarter. Water sucks. Fuel that matters.
When you want to keep up with the Gordon Lee Trojans, you listen to Brent, Jay, Ricky, and all the guys here. But when you want a home mortgage, you should call Payne Mortgage Team, where we are reinventing the mortgage experience. We'll take care of you, we'll even have some fun, and you'll get a brand new house.
You may make the field for 8 points.
It's like 1 week we'd have it, and the next week we'd do it early instead of dividing up by days. Yeah, dividing up by days. We have to like independent weeks. We have to prepare for the other week. He's on I'm fine with doing it Thursday. We did last year, and I bet with wrestling, y'all and us would be trying to figure out how to do it in days. So I'm fine with it. I like that.
Oh yeah, hey, I'll cook you in basketball. I'll cook you in basketball. Christian said he's got your class second half. He's so excited. He's wanted to take it all 4 years. Yeah. So y'all have fun. It's you. You will.
legend, Burning Man. Captains are Garrett Long, Hudson Chase, and Emmeline Brown. Tonight's performers will feature soloist Nicholas on trumpet, Walter Scott, Garrett Long, Abigail Stetson, and Nate McCourtney solo. Featured choreography by Mia Bella Little. Band, let me remind you to watch for a cutoff during the third movement. Band, watch for a cutoff during the third movement. And now, ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, and enjoy the Legion of Generals.
At Ace Hardware of Lookout, we're making it easier than ever to upgrade your home with Cali flooring. They've got beautiful styles, durable quality, and perfect for any room in your house. And the best part, it's a fast turnaround, so you don't have to wait weeks to start your project. Plus, we offer free delivery on anything that you buy from us. And it doesn't stop there, because we're all about paint. We've got a full line of Benjamin Moore paint. We've got countertop options that have samples in quartz and granite. And we've got cabinets for your kitchen, your laundry, and your bathroom. You can literally sit down and put all this together in one place. And we've got a spot waiting for you. So come see us today at Ace Hardware of Lookout. You know we're always ready to help.
I'm Jimmy Sprayberry, class of '79. I grew up here in Chickamauga. Krista and I raised our children here. You know, I learned a whole lot about life on this field, and ever since 1988, I've been helping folks with their insurance needs.
When I turned 60, I too became bombarded with phone calls and junk mail about Medicare insurance.
And that's why I want to offer you a free Medicare review.
It's an honor to serve the community that I live in and help it to thrive. Here at Summit Physical Therapy, we focus on getting you back doing the things that you love to do. With years of trusted experience, we're bringing expert healthcare closer to home. It's hometown healing with care that's personal, local, and built around you. Coming soon to our North Georgia communities.
The Trojan Club raises money to support all athletics at Gordon Lee High School. 100% of all proceeds benefit our student athletes, and we like to say thank you.
We love our renovated dugouts and video board. Thank you for covering all drug testing and our athletic fees.
We appreciate the drones and the Titan GPS trackers.
Thank you for our custom whiteboard and our upgraded lockers.
If you want to be a part of this greatness, scan this Venmo code and donate to the Trojan Club today.
I bought my very first home here 22 years ago.
Since then, this town has become more than a place. It's my community, my passion, and my purpose. I've helped families grow, empty nesters downsize, and dreamers take their first big step. Whether you're buying or selling, remember me. Let's write your next chapter together.
Looking for an affordable, convenient way to jumpstart your career? At Georgia Northwestern Technical College, we make education work for you. With hands-on training, many tuition-free programs through the Hope Career Grant, plus a 99% job placement rate means you'll be ready to fill in-demand jobs. Don't wait. Get the skills you need for the job you want. Visit gntc.edu today and start building your future.
It's all Navy, baby, and we stand with them. At Jet Energy, we fuel progress, when and where you need it. Reliable, on time, every time. Because community isn't just where we work, it's who we are.
All right, Trojan Nation, we are back and about to kick off this second half. Clock sits at 30 seconds. Trojan kickoff return team is chatting there on the sideline. Kickoff team for Heritage having a conversation. We're going to get this thing underway. I want to give a shout out to the Heritage concession folks. They stopped by, brought us a drink, had a hamburger. They brought some fries. They brought some nachos. So big shout out to them and thank you for that. I also want to give a shout out to a couple folks who were watching all the way from Huntsville, not Huntsville, Alabama, but Huntsville, Texas. Kirby Bradley. Shout out to her and Hayden. Thanks for watching. And also want to take a minute. One of our players, number 85, Ethan Howard, before we get this game started, his little brother is in the hospital battling leukemia. His name is Bash. And so want to tell that family that our thoughts and prayers are with them. And everybody stay Bash strong here as we kick this second half off. It's going to be another deep kickoff. It's going to be fielded by Groce in the end zone. But that'll be a touchback, and we will start this second half 1st and 10 for your Gordon Lee Trojans. Getting a ton of text during halftime, which has been awesome. Appreciate everybody reaching out. Got some stats. Leading rusher for us right now is Lane Vaughn with 52 yards and 2 touchdowns. Braxton Daniel has 49 yards on those 2 runs. Looks like we've got Vaughn in the backfield. Going to be a handoff to him straight up the middle. He is going to drive, and he just plows over a safety who came up to try to make a tackle, pick up a 10 yards, and that's a Beth Price Keller Williams first down for your Gordon Lee Trojans. That safety may think twice about coming in high again. Vaughn lowered his shoulder and laid him out. Trojans are in the hurry up here. Vaughn remains in the backfield. Linebackers are walking up. One-on-one coverage on the outside. Looks like McAllister is back in the game. Must have got some water sucks. Got rid of those cramps. So he's down at the bottom of your screen. And it's going to be a pass over the middle to a wide open number 6, Garrett Ross. He's going to need to protect the football here. Ball does come out. Going to be picked up by number 12. He's going to be tackled. There are flags everywhere. Ross was free and up the sideline, got all the way down to about the 10. Didn't know somebody was coming behind him. Ball got raked out, but he was wide open over the middle. We talked about that in the first half. Trojans needed something like that. They did show it. But that fumble was returned. Looks like a flag's going to be thrown for either holding or a block in the back at about the 25. So we'll see what that call is. Big play for the Trojans, but nice play there by the Generals to take it away. Looks like we are going to back the Generals way up here. So Trojans are going to need to fight to get this football back. Heck of a play call there by Campbell. I didn't see the call. AJ, did you see what that was? Looks like they're backing them up 10 yards. So apparently it was holding. So the ball's going to go all the way back to the General 15-yard line, 1st and 10. But if you're the Generals, you have to be pleased there. They were able to take the football away. Trojans lead 21-10 with 11 minutes and 15 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Trips at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top. Generals got away from the run game in that second quarter. I'm not sure they ran the ball at all with that back. Looks like they're not going. Yeah, looks like they are going to run it here. They gave him a huge alley. Tackle's going to be missed there. Fortunately, saving tackle made by number 9, Groce. Really nice play design there. So that's a big change in momentum. Trojans had a huge play, then a fumble. Ball was all the way at the 15-yard line. Now it's all the way to the 47-yard line. Big gain there by the back. Going to be another handoff here up the middle. Not a lot of running room. Tackle's going to be made by number 9, Groce. Looks like number 3, Price, and Groce combined for that tackle. But pickup of about 4 yards, going to bring up 2nd and 7. Ball did cross midfield, so now the Generals are in Trojan territory. Notice the Generals quarterback continues to have to run to the sideline to get the call. It's got to be tiring for that young man. Trips at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top, same back in the backfield. It's going to be a straight drop back. Trojans trying to put some pressure. Ball should have been caught, but it was dropped. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6. Little 10-yard stop, about an 8-yard stop route there. Good throw by the quarterback. Ball was just dropped by the receiver. Big play here for the Trojans. Ball sits at the 49-yard line across midfield. 3rd and 6. Going to have trips. Bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top. Looks like the corners have walked up some here. Going to be a straight drop back. Middle's going to be open again. Good catch there by number 11. Hit made by number 1, Norton. Looks like the receiver did take a shot in the ribs. And he is down, so we're going to take an official timeout. And with that timeout, we'll take a timeout.
At Ace Hardware of Lookout, we're making it easier than ever to upgrade your home with Cali flooring. They've got beautiful styles, durable quality, and perfect for any room in your house. And the best part, it's a fast turnaround, so you don't have to wait weeks to start your project. Plus, we offer free delivery on anything that you buy from us. And it doesn't stop there, because we're all about paint. We've got a full line of Benjamin Moore paint. We've got countertop options that have samples in quartz and granite. And we've got cabinets for your kitchen, your laundry, and your bathroom. You can literally sit down and put all this together in one place. And we've got a spot waiting for you. So come see us today at Ace Hardware of Lookout. You know we're always ready to help.
We love our Gordon Lee Trojans. Come shop with them.
So number 11 receiver made a nice catch, 23-yard gain, got hit by number 1, Norton, across the middle. Looked like knocked the breath out of him. But he was able to walk off under his own power. So this game is back underway, but the football sits all the way down at the Trojan 25-yard line. Looks like we're going to go Twins top and bottom of the screen. Looks like the coach is talking to the official about that hit. I guess hitting a defensive player. So not sure what we're doing here. You can't throw a flag now, so what conversation are we having? What are we doing here? Is there blood on the field or something, potentially? Looks like there is some cleanup happening on the field, so not sure what happened there. Somebody may be bleeding. Looks like they've got that cleaned up. And it'll be 1st and 10 Generals from the Trojans' 25-yard line. Looks like we're going to have twins, top and bottom. Big back remains in the backfield. Going to be a handoff to number 3 there. Tackle's going to be made by Vaughn. Price there to help a little bit with the cleanup. It's going to be a pickup of about 4 yards. Going to bring up 2nd and 6. Football now sits at about the 23-yard line of the Trojans. Clock continues to run. We're down to 9 minutes and 20 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Trojans still lead by 11, 21-10. Looks like number 11's back in the game, so must have caught his breath. Got trips at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom. Trojans are going to have to watch out for that little middle run. It's going to be a throw to the outside here to number 11. He makes the catch. Good blocking. Tackle's going to be made by number 1, Norton. Maybe battling down the sideline. Nice pickup there. Trojans struggled to make that tackle. He was able to get all the way down to the 5-yard line and bring up 1st and goal for the Generals. Heck of a run after catch there by number 11 after coming off the field injured earlier. Generals looking to take a little bit of wind out of the Trojan sails here. If they can punch one in, let's see if the Trojans can put a little bit of pressure on this quarterback. Trips at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top. Trojans have walked up in man coverage here. It's going to be a handoff to the big back up the middle. He's going to pick up about a yard to the 4-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd and goal from the 4. Looks like 33 Vaughn and 3 Price were in on that tackle there. Ball sits at the 4-yard line of the Trojans. The clock continues to run below 8 minutes here in the third quarter. Trips at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top. Trojans appear to be in man coverage. Going to be that run to the outside, and they're going to be wide open into the end zone. And that's going to be a touchdown for the Generals. That counter been a successful play for the Generals here in the second half. And they're going to make this a 1-score game. Currently the score is 21-16, pending the extra point here to make it 21-17. Again, the Trojans, big play to start the second half. Throw over the middle, huge run. Fortunately, the ball was punched out from behind. Generals took over and had 2 big runs down the field as well as a big catch. Looks like the Generals are going to go for 2 here. Going to be a rollout and a pass. Ball is batted down. Not sure who got their hand on it, either number 9, Groce, or number 6, Ross. And so that will continue to keep the Trojans up by 5 there. Generals are trying to cut that lead down to 3. Nice play there by the Trojans. And with 7:34 left to go here in the third quarter, your Gordon Lee Trojans lead 21-16. A lot of momentum on the General side after that series of events to start the second half. See what the Trojans can do here with the football. They've shown now that they're willing to throw the ball over the middle of the field. That should hold those linebackers a little bit and allow Vaughn and Groce to do some work between the tackles. And then as those linebackers creep up, We just pop another pass right over the top. Going to be another high, deep kick. It's going to be fielded in the end zone. That's going to be another touchback. So the Trojans will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line to start this possession. Got to get the game pulled back up on my phone in case I need replays. Don't even have to search for it. Trojan Network stays up on my YouTube. Looking at the chats, shout out to Ashlyn Clarkson, Gold Wolf Mike. Here comes the Trojans, going to be a handoff to number 9, Groce. He's going to run this ball up the middle. Drive and pick up about 3, going to bring up 2nd and 7. Shout out to Vincent Davis, Kyle Doggs, Huntsman 8804, Lucy Rise Up, Christy Robertson, and NNZ2K. Thank you all for watching. Ended up being a 4-yard gain there, so it brings up 2nd and 6. Groce did a nice job driving his feet. Again, keep an eye on these linebackers for Heritage. They continue to walk up. Bad snap there. It's going to be a handoff to the outside. Groce, he's found some running room. He's going to pick up another Beth Price Keller Williams 1st down. And the football gets all the way to the 30, let's call it 37-yard line, 36-yard line of the Trojans. So nice run there by Groce. 1st and 10 there for the Trojans. Trojans had just a little over 100 yards rushing in the first half, not counting the 2 fake punts. Got a heavy tight end set here. Looks like 19 Iner Smith and 3 Logan Price playing tight end. Ball's handed to Vaughn directly up the middle. He's going to pick up 2 yards. That's going to bring up 2nd and 8. Call it 3 yards. 2nd and 7.
Ball set it off to number 33, by Vaughn. Second made by number 55, Katie Smith.
Ball now across the 40-yard line, sitting at the 41-yard line of the Trojans. Single receiver at the bottom, Turley McAllister. Single receiver at the top, looks like Norton. Trojans try to get the Generals to jump off sides. They've done that a couple times. Another fake right here would probably get the Generals to jump off sides as the clock ticks down to 10. Going to be a handoff to Vaughn. He's working to the outside. Nice block there by Griffin Moore. Vaughn's going to run all the way across the 45 to the 47-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 1. Really nice job there. Griffin Moore, number 53, pulled. Did a nice job of sealing. And now we have a Heritage player who is down on the field. So as we take an injury timeout, we'll take a timeout for commercial break.
I started helping people buy homes in 2017, and for 8 years, I have been showing up when they need me. I believe relationships drive success. It's about being available when it matters most. My mission? Keep it easy. Buying your first home should feel clear, not complicated. Let's go step by step together. You'll move into your next chapter feeling confident and ready. Whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing, let's take the mortgage journey together.
Trojans 3rd and 1 here, going to be a handoff to Vaughn straight up the middle. He's going to bash his way for what I anticipate is going to be a 1st down, but we'll see here. Looks like it is a 1st down. So nice run there by Vaughn for another Beth Price Keller Williams 1st down for your Gordon Lee Trojans. Looks like number 11 McAllister is going to come off. Number 5 Garrison's going to come on, as well as number 9 Groce. Single receiver, top and bottom, Groce in the backfield. Going to be a handoff. Groce is going to cut this one up the middle. I believe that was supposed to be an outside run. Groce saw a little bit of an opening, picked up about 1.5 yards. So we'll call it 2nd and 9. Football sits right at the 50-yard line. A lot of Generals players are getting up slow here. Trojans seem to be leaning on them pretty heavy in this run game. See if the Trojans can continue to put pressure on the Generals and move this football. Trojans got 2 tight ends in here, number 6 Ross, number 3 Price. It's going to be another handoff to Groce up the middle. He's going to pick up about 2. Going to bring up 3rd and 6. My spotter says 3rd and 5, so I was close. So Groce comes off, Vaughn comes off. Ball does sit in the General territory. Not sure we're in 2-down territory yet, though. Trojans need to get a 5-yard gain here, whether that be through the air or the ground. Looks like number 6 Ross, number 5 Marks Benefold are now in the game. Heritage is certainly bringing the linebackers here. Wouldn't be surprised if the Trojans hit this little pass over the middle again. But no, they hand it to Vaughn up the middle. He's driving his feet, running, gonna pick up about 7 yards. And that's another Beth Price. Keller Williams, 1st down. Great run there by Vaughn. Continues to show impressive power all night long. It's impressive to see that. It's a 2-way starter, middle linebacker. Then he comes in, gets about half the carries, and is just playing smash mouth football on both sides of the ball. Definitely making a play for local beard company player of the game. Got trips at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top. Vaughn remains in the backfield. Handoff again to Vaughn up the middle. He's driving his feet. Going to be a pickup of about, it's like 2 yards. Bring up 2nd and 8 for the Trojans. Ball sits at the 38-yard line of the Generals. Clock continues to run. We're down to 3 minutes left to go here in this 3rd quarter. So the Trojans are meticulously moving the ball down the field. Groce is back in the backfield. Twins at the bottom. Twins at the top. Do the Trojans try to shock the Generals with a pass here? A lot of blitzing happening. Ball's handed to Groce up the middle. He drives his feet. It's going to pick up 2. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. Ball now sits at the General 35-yard line. Looks like Groce is going to come out. Vaughn is going to come in. We are getting dangerously close here to 2-down territory for the Trojans. Trips at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top, Vaughn in the backfield. So we're going to pass here, straight drop back. Dave's going to be sacked, though, for a loss of 4 yards, and that's going to bring up 4th and 10. It looks like the Trojans are going to punt this football. We say they're going to punt. They've let them punt twice, ran a fake both times. Let's see if the Generals learned anything. Talked about it at halftime. Have something different in mind. This is the only time you would think the Trojans would be in position to fake it on plus territory, but we'll see here. Doesn't look like the Generals are going to come running after this one. Maybe they learned their lesson. And the Trojans are going to do a straight punt. Ball's going to be fielded at the 9-yard line by Cody Bryant. He's going to get tackled at the 10-yard line, and there are flags everywhere. Generals continue to struggle to maintain their composure. That's about the 3rd personal foul. You can see the Trojans are just telling the officials, hey, watch this. These guys continue to hit us illegally, and we'll back them up again. So the tackle was made at the 9. It's going to be half the distance to the goal. I'm not great at math. That would put us at the 4.5-yard line. 1 minute and 26 seconds left to go here. So Generals are going to have to move the ball down the field, but they are within 1 score at this point. First time tonight, except for after the Trojans' first touchdown, that the Generals have been within striking distance of taking the lead in this game. They found some success with that counter in that last possession. So we'll see if the Trojans have come up with something to stop that. Trips at the top, single receiver at the bottom. I would expect a run here. It's going to be a straight handoff. Tackle is going to be broken. Groce hit him low, but a pickup of about 4 yards, going to bring up 2nd and 6. A nice run there by the back. Clock continues to run. We're down to 1 minute and 12 seconds left to go here in the quarter. I bet you the quarterback for Heritage runs 4 miles a game running back and forth to the sideline. Not sure why they don't have signals. They can signal these plays in. 4 guys running his heart out here. Twins top and bottom, single back in the backfield. Trojans could use a turnover here. It's going to be another handoff up the middle. Big hit there by number 33, Vaughn. Pickup of a yard. Going to bring up 3rd and 4. Nice tackle there by Vaughn. The bruising back is also the bruising linebacker. PA system says it's 3rd and 3. I'm seeing 3rd and 4. What does my spotter say? He says 3rd and 4 too, so we'll go with 3rd and 4. Looks like the Generals are going to let this clock run out, and your Gordon Lee Trojans are going to take a 5-point lead into the 4th quarter. And we will take a quick commercial break.
On the field, it's not just sweat you're losing. You're losing minerals, vitamins, and focus. Let's be real. Water really does suck until you put something in it. Real flavor, no fake junk, electrolytes that fuel performance. Champions hydrate smarter. Water sucks, fuel that matters.
Trojan Nation, we are back for this 4th quarter. We've got a 3rd and about 4 for the Generals. Trojans can get a stop here, force a punt to start this 4th quarter. It'd be huge. Generals were able to score a touchdown there in the 3rd quarter. Trojans moved the ball well, but were unable to punch anything in. So the Generals are now within 5 points. But before we get this game kicked off, just a reminder to folks to please patronize these sponsors of ours. I know you just saw the Water Sucks commercial. If you go to watersucks.com and use code Trojan Network, you get 20% off your order. I ordered 2 large packs for my house to keep my football and basketball player hydrated. Well, here's 3rd and 4 for the Generals. Twins top and bottom. Looks like it's going to be a quick out route. Trojans were not prepared for that and give up about 8 yards. Tackle made by number 1, Landon Norton. That quick out route was a little too easy there for the Generals. But we do have a Heritage player now on the sideline. If I'm not mistaken, it's number 11 again. He's had quite a few catches tonight, but is taking a beating. Not sure if this is a cramp.
Looks like we have a player down. Let's be quiet.
Something more serious, so we'll let the medical staff take a look. And while they're looking at him, we'll take a commercial break.
When you want to keep up with the Gordon Lee Trojans, you listen to Brent, Jay, Ricky, and all the guys here. But when you want a home mortgage, you should call Payne Mortgage Team, where we are reinventing the mortgage experience. We'll take care of you, we'll even have some fun, and you'll get a brand new house.
I'm Jimmy Sprayberry, class of 79. I grew up here in Chickamauga. Krista and I raised our children here. You know, I learned a whole lot about life on this field, and ever since 1988, I've been helping folks with their insurance needs.
When I turned 60, I too became bombarded with phone calls and junk mail about Medicare insurance.
That's why I want to offer you a free Medicare review.
It's an honor to serve the community that I live in and help it to thrive. Here at Summit Physical Therapy, we focus on getting you back doing the things that you love to do. With years of trusted experience, we're bringing expert healthcare closer to home. It's hometown healing with care that's personal, local, and built around you. Coming soon to our North Georgia communities.
The Trojan Club raises money to support all athletics at Gordon Lee High School. 100% of all proceeds benefit our student athletes, and we like to say thank you.
We love our renovated dugouts and video board.
Thank you for covering all drug testing and our athletic fees.
We appreciate the drones and the Titan GPS trackers.
Thank you for our custom whiteboard and our upgraded lockers.
If you want to be a part of this greatness, scan this Venmo code and donate to the Trojan Club today.
I bought my very first home here 22 years ago.
Since then, this town has become more than a place. It's my community, my passion, and my purpose.
I've helped families grow, empty nesters downsize, and dreamers take their first big step. Whether you're buying or selling, remember me. Let's write your next chapter together.
Looking for an affordable, convenient way to jumpstart your career? At Georgia Northwestern Technical College, we make education work for you. With hands-on training, many tuition-free programs through the Hope Career Grant, plus a 99% job placement rate means you'll be ready to fill in-demand jobs. Don't wait. Get the skills you need for the job you want. Visit gntc.edu today and start building your future.
It's all Navy, baby, and we stand with them. At Jet Energy, we fuel progress, when and where you need it. Reliable, on time, every time. Because community isn't just where we work, it's who we are.
At Ace Hardware of Lookout, we're making it easier than ever to upgrade your home with Cali flooring. They've got beautiful styles, durable quality, and perfect for any room in your house. And the best part, it's a fast turnaround, so you don't have to wait weeks to start your project. Plus, we offer free delivery on anything that you buy from us. And it doesn't stop there, because we're all about paint. We've got a full line of Benjamin Moore paint. We've got countertop options that have samples in quartz and granite. And we've got cabinets for your kitchen, your laundry, and your bathroom. You can literally sit down and put all this together in one place. And we've got a spot waiting for you. So come see us today at Ace Hardware of Lookout. You know we're always ready to help.
We love our Gordon Lee Trojans. Come shop with them.
Superman.
Trojan Nation, we are back. Pretty significant injury there to number 11, Cody Bryant, one of the top receivers in the entire area. Looked like he went down. He was trying to fight for additional yards. Looks like he hurt his arm or his elbow pretty significantly. He was able to walk to the golf cart, but our thoughts and prayers are certainly with him. It's a physical game. He has fought his butt off all night long for every yard he's got. So even though we want the Trojans to win, we hate to see one of the opposing players, especially one that plays as hard as number 11, sustain an injury. So our thoughts and prayers are with him and his family as he gets carted off here. He was up and able to walk to the golf cart on his own. So that is fantastic news. Hopefully, potentially just a dislocation and he can get back here in the next couple games. I know he's a huge asset for this Heritage General offense as well as defense. He plays safety as well. So we'll see what the Generals do here to replace number 11. They are letting the players get a little bit of a stretch in, a little bit of a run, kind of a prolonged break there for that injury timeout. Hopefully you were able to see all of the commercials of all the great sponsors we have here at the Trojan Network. And we'll get this game back underway here in just a minute. We are in the fourth quarter, 11:52 left. Your Trojans lead 21-16. Both teams still have 3 timeouts. So this game is far from settled here. Generals did a really good job last week of fighting back in the second half against the Ringgold Tigers. They've done a good job in the third quarter, winning that quarter 7-0. Trojans had a couple big plays, but just weren't able to punch it in, had a turnover. Now the Generals have the ball 1st and 10. We got trips at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top. Going to be a straight drop back from Hyde's. Going to try to throw the ball to number 2, Stoker. Good throw. Ball was on Stoker before he turned. Tried to catch that football, hit him in the gut, dropped it. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Heritage Generals. Nice throw there by the quarterback. Hit that receiver right out of his break, more like a college throw there, and just got up on Stoker faster than I think he expected it. So 2nd and 10 here, ball sits at the 20-yard line. Going to be another straight drop back. Going to put some pressure on. Ball's going to be caught over the middle, hit by number 1. It's going to be about an 8.5-yard pickup. It's going to bring up 3rd and 1. We'll call it 9 yards. It'll be 3rd and 1. So good throw and catch there. Good tackle by Norton over the middle. So we'll see if the Generals try to smash the ball up the middle with that big back, number 7, or if they continue to try to throw the football here. I would expect a handoff to number 7, potentially that counter. See if the Trojans put a run blitz on here. It's going to be a snap. It's going to be a quick throw to the outside. Ball's caught. Going to be an easy first down, though. Pickup of about, call it 10 yards. Ball gets all the way to the 40-yard line, so that's 1st and 10 for the Generals there. Quick passing game continues to be an opportunity here for the Trojans. Unable to put any pressure on the quarterback with those quick passes. See if the Trojans walk those corners up a little bit further. Those linebackers will have to be aware of that hook they've been running. Looks like we're going to have trips at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top. The Generals are going to have to waste their first timeout. Play clock was down to 3 seconds, and so we'll take a quick timeout as well. All right, Trojan Network fans. Generals had to burn a timeout there. They continue to run that quarterback to the sideline to run the play in. Play clock got down to 3 seconds. Generals had to call a timeout, so they've now burnt one with 10:30 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Twins at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top. It's going to be a straight drop back again for Hyde. Going to have a little bit of pressure put on him. Throws that ball low, and it falls harmlessly to the turf to bring up 2nd and 10. Full update from ESPN. The Braves just beat the Mariners 4-1. So nice win there by the Braves. Unfortunately, probably a little too late. Braves have gone on a couple win streaks, but don't think they'll be making the playoffs this year. Play clock continues to run down to 17. Got trips at the bottom of your screen. Single receiver at the top. 2nd and 10. Ball sits at the 40-yard line. Haven't seen that counter here. Going to be another straight drop back for Hyatt. No pressure being put on him. Ball's thrown over the middle and caught. Had triple coverage there, but number 12 just went up, made a play. Ball gets across midfield. 20-yard gain all the way to the Trojan 40-yard line. Trojans were in position. Got to make a play on the ball there. Generals are threatening to take the lead here in the 4th quarter. Clock ticks down to right at 10 minutes. We've got Twins at the top and bottom of the screen. Big back in the backfield to the left of the quarterback. Going to be a quick pass out to the outside. Trojans come up, but it's going to be a pickup of about 6 yards there. Ball gets all the way to the 34-yard line of the Trojans. That's going to bring up 2nd and 4. Those quick stop routes continue to cause problems for the Trojans.
Good. Next big play, sing for your mama. Next big play, sing for your mama.
See if the Trojan corners walk up a little bit more here. So we've got trips at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top. Corners are still playing 8 or 9 yards off here. It's going to be that counter run to the outside of that big back. Tackle is going to be on, attempted to be made by number 9, Groce, but the back was able to slip out. He picks up about 6 yards. Going to bring up 3rd and 2. Football sits at the 32-yard line. They've got to get to the 30 for the first down. Trojans were in good position there on that counter. The first 2 times they ran it there in the 3rd quarter, really we were not in good position. Trojans were ready for that, just unable to bring the big back down. We've got Twins at the top of your screen, Twins at the bottom, single back in the backfield. Again, 3rd and 2. Ball sits at the 32-yard line. Bad snap. Ball's going to need to be run by Hyde. He's going to get hit by number 4, Braxton Daniel. Be a loss of about... No, they're only giving him a loss of about a yard there. That's a terrible spot. Not a great spot there. So the football moves all the way back to the 33-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th and 3. Trojans were able to make a stand earlier in the game on 4th and 4. Would expect another one of those quick passes to the out. Let's see if the Trojans have a plan here for that. Going to go trips top of the screen, single receiver at the bottom. Play clock's down to 10. Trojans do walk up here. Oh, and they jump off sides and give the Generals a first down. 4th and 3. Trojans had an opportunity to take it back, wanting to put pressure on the quarterback, jumped off sides at the top of the screen. So the football now is inside the 30-yard line, sits at the Trojan 28. With 8:15 left to go here in the 4th quarter. Not sure why the Trojans walked back so far. It was an offsides, 5-yard penalty. Let's get back in this game, team. Going to go trips to the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom. The bottom of the screen, number 8, Oliver, is walked up on this receiver. Looks like we're going to have a blitz from the outside from Bond. Step up over the middle. And that ball is almost intercepted, by number 5, Garrison. He's able to pop up. Good coverage there by the corner. Pass defended there by Garrison. Really nice job. He did end up smacking into the goalpost with his hip, but he seems to be okay, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 10 from the 28-yard line.
Next big play,
That made my leg hurt, probably because I'm old. So the Generals going to come out empty set in the backfield. 3 receivers at the top. Looks like their big back's actually playing more of a tight end here. Be a rollout to the right by number 1 high. Definitely a hold, but they don't make the call. Clearly a hold happening. White hat staring right at it. Refuses to throw the flag. They pick up 15 yards. And the ball is all the way down to the Trojan 13-yard line. 1st and 10 Generals. I have to watch the replay of that. I mean, clearly a hold. We're going to go Twins top of your screen, Twins bottom of your screen. Big back remains to the right of the quarterback. Going to be a handoff to the back. He's going to waltz right into the end zone for 6. And that's going to give the Generals the lead with 7:10 left to go here in the 4th quarter. Fireworks go off here. That'll make the score 22-21. We'll see if the Generals try to go for 2 here. Looks like they will to make it try to go for 2 to make it a 3-point game. They went for 2 earlier. Trojans were able to stop that. See if the Trojans can stop this here. Trojans need a big stop here to keep this a one-point game. Going to go Twins at the top of your screen, Twins at the bottom of your screen. Trojans are in that goal line man defense. Low snap. Quarterback's going to try to throw it over the middle. Pass is defended by number 5, Garrison. And that's going to be the 2nd time the Trojans have stopped the 2-point conversion. But the Generals take the lead for the first time tonight, 22-21 with 7:10 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Looks like we've got a player down on the sideline here that they're taking a look at. So while they take a look at the player, we'll go to a commercial break.
I started helping people buy homes in 2017, and for 8 years, I've been showing up when they need me. I believe relationships drive success. It's about being available when it matters most. My mission? Keep it easy. Buying your first home should feel clear, not complicated. Let's go step by step together. You'll move into your next chapter feeling confident and ready. Whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing, let's take the mortgage journey together.
Generals still have an injured player on the sideline. Looks like number 2, Stoker. They're looking at his leg. Not sure if it's his knee or his ankle. But he is up and is able to walk under his own power to the sidelines. Hopefully he's okay. And the Generals, again, took a 1-point lead for the first time in the game and are now set to kick the ball off to the Trojans. Groce is back deep to return. You've got Norton and Oliver, as well as Garrett Ross, set to return. All of his kicks so far today have been all the way into the end zone. We'll see if he continues to try that. He does kick this one high and deep. That wasn't going to end up in the end zone as well. So the Trojans will take over 1st and 10 with 7:10 left to go here in the game from the 20-yard line. Trojans have shown the ability all night long to move the football, but a couple small mistakes here and there have cost them at least 2 scores. Trojans are going to need to buckle down right here, move this ball methodically down the field, and punch one in to take the lead. Groce is in the backfield, single receiver, top and bottom. Going to be a handoff to Groce. He goes up the middle, picks up about 6 yards there on the run. Although the official decides it's only 5 yards, it stops at the 25-yard line, so that'll bring up 2nd and 5. So nice run there by Groce. Clock continues to run. We're under 7 minutes to play here in the game now. Single receiver, top and bottom. Groce in the backfield again. Going to be another handoff to Groce. No running room there. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5. We weren't able to pick up anything there on that run. Vaughn's going to come back in. Groce is going to go off. Big play here for the Trojans. Clock's down to 6 minutes and 23 seconds. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. Vaughn in the backfield. Trojans do try to get them to jump. They don't. Play clock's down to 15. It's going to be a straight drop back pass. Day's going to run the football, but he's going to be sacked. And that's going to bring up 4th down and force the Trojans to punt here with 5 minutes and 45 seconds left to go in the game. Again, Daniel's been in a punt formation twice tonight, or 3 times tonight. 2 times he's run for a 1st down. Not sure we would attempt that here. Here's the snap. It's going to be a short, high kick. See if this ball gets a good Trojan bounce. It does. Ball rolls all the way inside the 40-yard line. Going to be down at about the 36-yard line. 5 minutes and 8 seconds left to go here in the 4th quarter. Trojans are going to have to make a stand here, folks, to get this football back and try a last-minute score to win this game. It's been a heck of a game. A little frustrating if you're a Trojan fan. Came into the second half leading by 11 points. Had a big play all the way down to the 10-yard line. On their first possession, ball was poked out from behind. And really the Trojans have struggled since then. Going to be a handoff to number 7. He's going to drive his feet, pick up, looks like about 3 yards. Going to bring up 2nd and 7. Ball now sits right at the 40-yard line of the Generals. Clock continues to run. We're down to 4 minutes and 50 seconds. Potentially would see Groce start using timeouts if they can get the Generals into a 3rd and long situation here. Generals are going to come out. Would expect the Generals to run the football. We'll see. They got twins at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top. They are going to hand this ball off. He's going to be hit by multiple Trojans for no gain. It's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Looks like that tackle was made by number 6, Ross, number 3, Price, number 33, Vaughn. So clock continues to run. We'll be under 4 minutes here in just a couple seconds. And it's 3rd and 7. Now you would expect the Generals to throw the football here to try to get the 1st down and ice this away. If they don't get the 1st down, Groce would potentially call one of his 3 timeouts to stop the clock, give his team the football with about 3 minutes left to go here in this game. Generals are going to come out with trips at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top. Trojans are going to need to walk up here. Going to be a quick out route. Ball's getting thrown deep, and it is going to be incomplete with 3 minutes and 29 seconds left. So now the Trojans don't even have to use that timeout. That brings up 4th down, and the Generals will punt this football. A lot of effort and guts there. Good coverage by Groce and, I believe, Garrison, if I'm not mistaken, were both in on that coverage. See if the Trojans try to block this one. The last punt by the Generals was pretty good and was fumbled by the Trojans. Going to be a wobbly punt. We'll see if the Trojans, they do try to pick it up here on the 30. Gets all the way out to the 35-yard line. Number 8, Bryson Oliver, leaps the bench, and the Trojans will take over 1st and 10 at the 35. 3 minutes and 19 seconds left to go here in this game. Nice return there by Oliver. Had he let that bounce, ball could have went inside the 10-yard line. Instead, the Trojans take over. Sorry, I had them at the 35. They're all the way out at the 39-yard line. Trojans are over on the sideline. Really need to get some offense going here. Looks like the Trojans are going to come out. Number 11, McAllister at the bottom of your screen as the receiver. Number 1, Norton at the top of your screen. 2 tight ends in Price and Sean Harms-Benefold. And number 33, Vaughn, in the football game at the running back position. He's going to run this football to the outside, going to pick up absolutely nothing. Looks like they're going to say no gain there. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Clock's down to 2 minutes and 59 seconds. Trojans aren't in a hurry yet, but they will be soon. Looks like they're going to bring in number 8, Oliver, into the slot receiver at the bottom of your screen with number 11, McAllister. Top of your screen is going to be Norton. It's going to be a quick pass to number 8, Oliver. He makes a move, but is really unable to pick up any yardage, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 10. Trojans are not going to be able to punt this football, so it's definitely 2-down territory. Clock ticks down to 2 minutes and 25 seconds. Trojans are going to go twins, top and bottom. Groce in the backfield. Ball gets thrown. Receiver falls down in his break. Ball is intercepted, but it's intercepted out of bounds. And that's going to bring up 4th down for the Trojans with 2 minutes and 7 seconds left to go here in the ball game. Norton was potentially going to be open, but slipped out of his break. DB was able to come in, make a play, caught the ball out of bounds there. It's a big play here for the Trojans. Twins top and bottom, Groce in the backfield. And the Trojans are going to be offsides and back up another 5 yards. Going to bring up 4th and 17 here. So the ball now sits at the 33-yard line. Trojans have to get all the way to the 49 for a first down. So 4th and 16 here. Ball's thrown, incomplete, tons of pressure there. And the Generals are going to take over with 1 minute, 59 seconds left to go here in the game. Ball sits at the 33-yard line. That took a ton of air out of the Trojans here. Trojans still have 3 timeouts, so potentially could get the ball back one more time. But if they do, they're going to get it back, and it was under a minute left, unless they can force a turnover here. Felt like the Trojans played a heck of a game all night long, but just couldn't find a way to make plays when they needed to. DBs are way too far off here, but it would expect no passes, all run to keep the clock going. Here's a snap. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Tackle's going to be made after the 3-yard gain. And the Trojans are going to call a timeout with 1:50. Clock continues to run. Why are we not calling a timeout? They did call a timeout. Clock was not stopped. Officials going to have to reset this clock. And they do, back to 1 minute and 53 seconds. Very frustrating second half here for the Trojans. They came in to the second half up 11 and got the ball to start the second half. Big play up the middle of the field. Ball was fumbled inside the Generals' 10-yard line. Generals took over. were able to go down the field and score. Trojans stopped them once. Generals were able to go down the field, score again, and take the 1-point lead. And Trojans just have really not been able to find much offense here in the second half besides that nice pass over the middle of the field. So now we are back underway. Minute 53 left to go in the game. Second 8. Trojans have 2 timeouts left. Again, need a couple quick stops here. Would not expect to pass on this down. It's going to be a handoff up the sideline. And that's going to be a first down. Fortunately, the back ran out of bounds and stopped the clock for the Trojans. Trojans know the ball's going to be run there. Just got blocked on a seal there to the outside, and a pickup all the way down to the 22-yard line of the Trojans. Again, the back ran out of bounds, the clock won't wind until after the snap. So minute 47 seconds left to go here in the game.
Next big play, sing for you, mama.
The handoff again up the middle. Tackle's going to be made by a host of Trojans.
Sing for mama.
Looks like Garrett Ross, Lane Vaughn were in on the tackles, and that's going to be a gain of about 2 down to the 20-yard line. Trojans take their second timeout. And when we come back, it'll be 2nd and 8 for the Generals. Trojans have to get a big stop right here on this down. Only have 1 timeout remaining, though, so the Generals would be able to run this clock way down. Trojans might have a chance for 1 or 2 Hail Mary throws. Really need to take this football out of the back's hands.
Yeah, nice.
Turnover's really the only hope here for the Trojans, with only 1 timeout remaining.
Next big play.
I'm sure the Heritage coaches talked to this back about holding on with both hands. It's going to be a handoff to number 7 to the outside. He's going to go down. Trojans are going to use their last timeout. It's going to be a loss of about 4 yards there, so bring up 3rd 13. But that was the Trojans' last timeout.
Yes, again.
Generals definitely fought hard tonight, found the way to come back, showed a lot of heart. Lost one of their star receivers to injury there at the end of the 3rd quarter. Still found a way to put another score on the board and take that 1-point lead. Now we're down to 1 minute and 36 seconds left to go here in the game. Trojans clinging to life here. Need a big stop. They are within field goal range for the boot of their kicker here.
Next big play.
Definitely would expect them to run the ball. Incomplete pass would stop the clock. So they're going to run that counter play. Trojans were there and ready. Tackle made by number 33, Vaughn. Unfortunately, couldn't drive him out of bounds, so the clock will continue to run. I would expect the Generals to let this clock run all the way down to about 50 seconds before they call a timeout, potentially kick a field goal here to take a 4-point lead. Game clock showing 1 minute, 7 seconds, 23 seconds left on the play clock.
All right, be ready for the short fight song. I feel like we're probably going to go for a kick.
Looks like we're going to be right at 45 seconds when this timeout is called. 44, I was close. So the Generals use their second timeout of the half. They're going to line up for a field goal here. Try to burn another 3 or 4 seconds off the clock with this field goal, make it 25-21, and force the Trojans to go all the way down the field and score a touchdown with about 40 seconds left to go in the ball game. Trojans could potentially get a block here, return it for a touchdown, and win this football game. Wonder if Coach Groce and the defensive staff have something in the playbook here for an emergency field goal block. A lot of rules around field goals, though, not being able to jump over players, things of that nature. So we'll see what the Trojans have in mind. Again, big boot here from number 9, committed to Texas already. Has the leg to make this. See if the Trojans have something in store. Would love to see a block here, then a scoop by either number 9 or number 8, Groce or Oliver. Trojans are going to bring the heat at the bottom of your screen here. See if they can get to it. Here's a snap. It is blocked. He can't pick it up. That's not how it works. No, sir, not a touchdown. Ball is down where he touched it. Let's act like we know what football is. 100% not how that works, folks. Not a touchdown. Ball will be down right where number 7 touched it. Trojans will take over at about the 20-yard line after that block. If these officials get this wrong, it's going to be common. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think these officials have ever watched a football game in their life. Field goal was blocked. Cannot be picked up in return for a touchdown. Unbelievable. The White Hat's trying to explain to Coach Groce how the game of football works. That is not how it works, I can promise you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not saying the Trojans would have won this football game. They still would have had to take it 80 yards. But that is an unbelievable call. Kick is up. It's going to be good. It's going to make the score 29-21 Generals. So the Trojans are going to get one opportunity here. But that is by far one of the worst calls I have ever seen in my life. So they've let them kick the extra point. Now they're going to talk about it to try to figure out if they knew what they were talking about. They did not. Unbelievable. Trojans had plenty of opportunities, though. That clearly is not what cost them the game here, folks. But it is frustrating for sure. Trojans did a nice job. Were able to block that field goal attempt to try to give themselves an opportunity. They still have 35.8 seconds left, but they're down 7 points here, so they're going to need a quick score. Not sure who blocked that field goal. Did you happen to see that, AJ? That ball was kicked hard, so not sure who blocked it. I was too busy trying to find the football. All the kicks tonight have been into the end zone. Wouldn't expect this one to be any different, and it is not. This ball is going to go all the way back, almost through the upright. So nice kick there. Trojans are going to get a couple Hail Marys here with 35.8 seconds left to go in the game. Down 7 points. I actually believe the score is 29-21, but the scoreboard shows 28-21. It was 22-21. They scored 7. 7 plus 2 is 9. 29-21, so not sure why the scoreboard's incorrect here. It's going to be a straight drop back. Going to be a throw to the outside here to Norton. He makes the catch, pick up of about 8. He's able to get out of bounds. 29 seconds left to go here. Ball sits at about the 29-yard line of the Trojans. Generals are playing deep here, clearly trying to avoid any big plays from the Trojans. They're going to give the Trojans anything they want to the outside. Going to be a throw to Garrison up the middle. He's got a ton of running room. He's going to need to get out of bounds, though. He gets across midfield with 19.8 seconds left. Trojans have the ball all the way in Generals territory at about the 48-yard line. So nice run and catch there by number 5, Noah Garrison, to give the Trojans a little bit of life with 19.8 seconds left. Trojans cannot get tackled in bounds here, though. So you're going to have to be very careful. Looks like Generals are going to call a timeout here. And that's the Generals' last timeout of the game as well. Sure, there's some fans watching at home who know the rules. Let's see, I got something sent to me. Maybe I'm wrong. A blocked field goal is a live ball that can be advanced by either team, but if the ball travels beyond the line of scrimmage and is recovered by the kicking team, it can only be advanced if the receiving team touched it first. So it does sound like it is allowed to be advanced. Seems like a crazy rule to me, but hey, what do I know? Thank you to Nathan Lewis for that quick snip of the rules. Seems like a penalty there, though, for blocking the kick. Very odd. The Trojans come back out onto the field here. Going to have Twins at the bottom of your screen, Twins at the top of your screen. It's like Vaughn in the backfield. 19.8 seconds left to go here. Going to be a straight drop back. Trojans are going to throw this football deep, and that's going to be pass interference. Unfortunately, it's not a spot foul in high school. It's only going to be a pickup of 15 yards, but that should take the football down to about the 30-yard line. 12.9 seconds left. Should give the Trojans life to throw at least 1 or 2 into the end zone here if they can do it quickly. Ball should sit at the 35-yard line after this. So 1st and 10 for the Trojans, but we're down to 12.9 seconds left here. Chance for 2 heaves into the end zone. Can't get tackled in bounds. No timeouts remain. Going to be a straight drop back. That ball is going to be intercepted. Run up the sideline. And that's going to give the Generals the win. Nice play there by the safety, number 13. Trojans worked hard to get the ball as far down the field as they can. Generals are going to be able to take a knee here and win this game by 8 points after the Trojans led by 11 at halftime. Generals fought hard tonight, found a way. Trojans just were not able to make enough plays in the second half. And that's going to result in the first Trojan loss of the season, making them 2-1. The Generals will move to 3-1. Going to be a knee, and that'll be the end of this game. And so that'll end the game, 28-21. Generals are victorious. We do have to name our local beer company player of the game. Don't have the stats, but the winner of that tonight is going to be number 33, Lane Vaughn. Was the leading rusher tonight, as well as the leading tackler. So Lane Vaughn is your local beer company player of the game. We will be back next week, folks. Hope you're able to join us live, but if not, please watch us here on the Trojan Network. Hope you all have a wonderful night.